Well, this is going to be fun. Another edition of Beyond the Stream. Have you ever bumped into somebody and you haven't really met them, you don't know a lot about them, but you've always been in the same places? I mean, I just said Sydney and Vinegar Hill up in North Carolina. She knows where they are. Hey, Taylor, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. You're a HR generalist at HTC, Taylor Lee. Kind of from Loris, but kind of from Maine. So we'll figure out how you ended up here with us today. Mm-hmm. But where'd you grow up?
So Loris is where I was born and raised. Went to Loris High School. Mm-hmm. And then after I got married several years ago, moved to Whiteville in North Carolina.
Okay. That's just up the road a piece. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you say Whiteville, North Carolina, you think that's on the other side of the world, but I live in Myrtle Beach proper, so it's about 45 miles as the crow flies. So I get up there every once in a while.
Yep.
Yeah, sure do. Just up there last week as we were talking about. Sydney, I mentioned that, and it's like, well, how do you know that of all the places?
Not a lot of people know where that's at. Yeah, that's right down the road from kind of where we stay. So.
Well, you don't have HTC there
no.
in Columbus County. And you can tell a difference. Anybody that has had HTC or they came from an area and then they got HTC, you guys blow the competition away. So we'll get into that a lit'll bit. But what was life like growing up in Loris? When did you graduate high school?
2016.
Okay.
Yep. Played a lot of sports.
What'd you play?
Softball, volleyball, soccer 1 year.
Okay.
I enjoyed growing up in Loris, obviously small town feel, and you get that same feeling and culture at HTC too, so
sure.
It feels very natural to work there.
Yeah, a lot of history. HTC parallels with the growth of Loris too. Mm-hmm. A lot of the history and the folks that put the co-op together had ties to Loris.
Yep.
Which is kind of cool.
And we have one of our retail offices in Loris too. So.
Yeah, right there at the light, across from the hardware store.
Yep.
Yep. It's where Red Bluff Road becomes Bryant Street, I believe is the name of that over there.
I think so,
I think that's about right.
Yep.
Geography is very important to me. If this doesn't work out, I'll be the best Uber in the world because I know where everything is.
I can tell you know your places.
I get around. I really do. And I'm blown away, though, thinking about HTC because all these little places. When I first came here so many moons ago, I grew up outside of Raleigh. But I would travel around. I'd find the little hot dog stand, the convenience store where people would hang out. I wanted, because that's the people that I want to like relate to. I was new in the area. I said, okay, I don't want to hang out at the beach, even though I live there. I want to get out there and experience real Horry County. Mm-hmm. And I probably know about half of the employees, I would think, over there. That's saying something.
Yeah.
Because I've been here so cotton picking long. What's HR like over there, though? I mean, you know all the employees or something about all the employees.
Right.
That's a big task.
I try to make it my mission to know everyone's name because we have a little over 600 employees.
That's crazy.
I try to know everyone's name and try to make a connection, with someone just to build relationships with employees, with management. But HR people is our business, working with people, employees, helping them through their career with their stuff going on in life, stuff going on at work, helping them with their benefits and retirement, onboarding, from start to finish. So HR, you really get to kind of have your hands in everything with the people side of it.
Yeah, when you start thinking about all these decisions that we have to make about what are we going to do, how much are we going to take out of our check, is there going to be a match, and where do we put our money, do you guys revisit that with each and every employee? I mean, if I just happened to be an employee and I said, look, I want to ask some questions, do y'all sit down one-on-one?
Of course, yeah. When employees reach out with questions, we can meet with them, talk through it, answer any questions they might have, or just shed light on things they might not have known about their benefits. But also during open enrollment time, November every year, we really hone in on what all HTC offers to kind of show the full package and not just the insurance, but all the different things that HTC offers to help bring awareness to that. And send out materials for spouses to kind of learn more too, because sometimes they might not know that, what their spouse is offered at HTC too. So we try to be strategic about when we communicate those things, but we're always open for employees to come in and ask questions. And
well, you have so many employees that you've got some flexibility, and companies want your business that are offering these services out there. I mean, obviously, you're going to get a much better deal than just me out there shopping around for something.
Yep.
When you say the enrollment plan, pretty much you guys know before enrollment time of what's going to happen. I mean, that's a big task.
That's our busiest time of year.
It has to be, and it's right around the holidays as well, which is another layer of nonsense for HR.
Yeah. And then when you got 2 small kids at home too, it's like chaos, at work, trying to navigate that busiest time of year, and then at home, the holidays and everything you have going on. But yeah, I enjoy the busyness, and every day is different. Challenges, being able to resolve, problems and see things through to the end. I enjoy that side of it.
Goodness gracious. I think about just the immediate impact with HR at the company where I'm in a lot of things, but the company, this one company I work for, and the enrollment time is always interesting. It's like going, why did we switch that benefit? I was happy. I didn't even use it, but there's some great opportunities out there.
Yeah, and I'll say, HTC doesn't try to change things up drastically every year. Consistency, I feel like, is key, but also looking for ways to improve what employees have access to and the benefits while keeping the overall cost in mind for the company. So I think HTC and our executive staff do a really good job of trying to always look out for the employees and their families while still maintaining the future of HTC and the success of HTC in mind.
Well, let's pretend we're marketing to prospective employees here. I mean, all kinds of folks come across Beyond the Stream, and they look at it. And then that'll lead into my next question of how you ended up at HTC. But it's a great opportunity. I mean, the matching funds and all the benefits. We talk about a lot of times of folks that will live in an area, they'll go off to college, and they don't come back because opportunities aren't there. That is obviously changing. I mean, the stats are sharing that. We have so many professionals, young professionals are moving into the area almost at the same rate now that senior citizens are, which I'm excited about. But for someone out there watching, looking for a career, and that's what it is at HTC, because people never want to leave.
Right.
What's the perks? On the 401k side, the benefit side, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so, and that's a good point, because a lot of people who aren't familiar with like the benefit side of it, they mainly look at the compensation, the pay, when really the full picture does include the benefits, and that really kind of points to all that HTC does for the employees. Some of those benefits, the 401k, we have one of the strongest matches in the area. So new employees, they get 5% whether they contribute or not to their 401k. And then on top of that, they get another 1-to-1 match up to another 5%. So the total they can get from HTC is 10%.
That is huge. That is so huge.
One of my favorite benefits, we have a clinic on site with a nurse practitioner where employees who are on the insurance can see her for acute care. So that's, very convenient to have a nurse there to see, saves you time from missing work. She can write prescriptions, get you back to work sooner, that kind of thing.
That is huge.
Yeah.
That probably cuts down on cold and flu season over there with you guys having that on premises.
So it's really helpful for the employees and their spouses to be able to have access to that. And then we have a really strong PTO plan. They get 40 hours up front, 10 hours a month after that. Our medical, dental, and vision insurance plans are very competitive with the deductibles and the premiums. Low premiums for employees, different plans to choose from too. And then, of course, we have short-term and long-term disability life insurance that HTC pays for.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of benefits that go into it. Yeah.
I try to squeeze that in whenever we can. I know we want to focus on people's individual stories.
I enjoy talking about the benefit side of it because, not a lot of people think about that side of it. And that costs a lot of money from HTC, in addition to the compensation.
Sure. It cost the co-op. Well, it's true with any company. There's what we take home, which is a lot different than the actual cost of having employees, and they want what's best for you because they've invested that money. It's an investment. Mm-hmm. Now, being a working mom, obviously, with all those benefits and stuff, I mean, it's a different vibe for a working mom because you wrestle with that, and the kid's not feeling well, and you want to be there with the kid and stuff. Mm-hmm. Having all those benefits and stuff like that, that's a home run. I mean, it does make it worthwhile.
It does.
Yeah.
It allows for some work-life balance, but also the security and the feeling of being able to provide for your family and have insurance. And we also have an HSA account availability where HTC puts in money for employees who contribute to that. So there's all kinds of opportunities to be able to, feel like you're able to help your family and have the coverage you need for whatever their needs are.
Well, did you have family members that worked at the co-op? I know you were telling me you came from one of the northern states, Maine.
Yep.
That's where your family moved from, but you grew up here. So that may have minimized the number of family employees that worked there. But you got that story, or how'd you end up there?
Well, so I went to Coastal, graduated from Coastal in 2019, and I was looking for an internship in the area. I knew about HTC from growing up in Loris. I knew they were an internet provider, but didn't know a whole lot about what Human Resources was exactly. But I saw the internship available, applied for it, and was able to learn Human Resources from the ground up. The internship program there is one of the best recruiting strategies we have right now. And so I was an intern for about a year, and then I transitioned into full-time after I graduated. And my career just kind of evolved, and I've been able to train and learn from, other leaders at HTC. I've been invested in and developed and been able to, become a generalist. And if you would have told me then in college I would be in human resources, as an HR generalist, I probably wouldn't have believed you. I didn't really know much about it. It's, things kind of lined up, and I think everything happened for a reason. And I definitely feel like I'm meant to be at HTC. I, get reminders all the time that it's definitely where I'm meant to be, and it just all kind of worked out. So
great opportunity for folks that are watching Beyond the Stream, and a great story. Mm-hmm. What's the big thing for HR happening right now? I mean, you guys have any inter-office parties or community events? I know you folks are out there quite a bit with different things in the community.
Yes, we have community events all throughout the year. Our marketing department partners with all of our teams across the company to have presence at different community events, throughout the year. For HR, right now we're really getting started with our projects for the year as far as looking for ways to enhance our HR processes and automate things. And then we are in full swing for our internship program for this summer, so we're already doing interviews for that and kind of preparing for some of our bigger employee appreciation events that are coming up in the spring months. So
all right.
Got a lot going on, but we've actually had time to breathe recently from recovering from open enrollment time.
Oh, yeah. Boy, I can't even imagine 600 plus employees. Thank you so much for coming to see us. Taylor Lee, HR Generalist with HTC, and we do this all the time. Wonder who we'll chat with next when we gather around the old square table for Beyond the Stream. We'll see you next time.